Well, cheers, I do, buckaroos. And how the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Of course I am. Who else would I be, man? Anyway, I've got a couple Maibocks, man. I want to share a couple Maibocks with you. I got a growler of one yesterday from Show Me Brewing, and I did have a glass out there as well, but I got a growler for a couple of reasons. One, I knew they were about near the end of their keg. They only do 10 gallons at a time out there. And two, well, and most importantly, is I love the style. I think it's an underutilized craft beer style. I used to see a lot of it back in the early days of craft beer, but craft beer has become all about trends lately. But you're starting to see more breweries do a Maibock. Show Me Brewing is what I've got right here, but I've got a second one here. It's the end of the last beer of a 6-pack from KC Beer Co., a brewery that is focused on German beer styles, which you're starting to see more of as well. German beer styles were big in the early days of craft beer, but they kind of faded some. But KC Beer Co. is really bringing that tradition back. So I've got some of each here. As you can see, the color is very similar to both. They're both clear, but I feel like I'm getting more clarity from the Show Me. I've got more head here, but again, this was from a growler, so you got to cut that a little slack. The noses are very similar, big bready malts, a sweetness, a little caramel. But I'm getting more sweetness from the KC Beer Co. But I'm getting more herbal notes from the Show Me. I'm going to set the Show Me down for a second, and I'm going to take a swig. Take a big swig, man. Take a swig of the KC Beer Co. Maibock, man. Was cranking some tunes, but I paused the tunes because I was playing the music through the videos, and I kept getting flagged. Somebody kept getting their knickers in a knot, and this music company or that, or somebody got offended by a word, or it seemed like there was always something, right? So I went ahead and paused the music, but the song playing as I paused it to start the video was one of my favorite tunes, Thin Lizzy, Southbound. I love that tune. It's funny. I like Thin Lizzy as a kid. My teens when I really found rock and roll, man. I like Thin Lizzy, but it's really as I've gotten older that I've gotten to appreciate a lot of the songs. I don't know that I really appreciated songs like Southbound back then. I felt like they were a little soft compared to what I was listening to for the most part. But I was not just I get the nuance. Even songs I loved at the time, I'm feeling the nuances now that I know I didn't have the ability to feel back then. But Southbound is a great tune. And then the song before that was the Sanford Townsend Band's Smoke from a Distant Fire, which is absolutely brilliant. And again, I didn't have the wherewithal with music to understand the arrangements, how complicated the arrangements are in a song like that. So, again, as you get older, if you're a music geek like me, you really feel those nuances. Man, I'm the guy. I don't just listen to tunes. I feel them. I mean, certain songs will give me goosebumps, and I'm getting more emotional as I get older. So every once in a while, there are certain tunes that'll just bring tears to my eyes. I can feel them coming out, man. Peter Gabriel, Salisbury Hill is one of those tunes. But anyway, the last two songs were the Sanford Townsend Band. Smoke from a Distant Fire, and then Southbound was playing. I love Southbound. That tune is just amazing. Back to the beer, Tom. Take a big old drink here. Huge, big bready malts. A nice, you feel like caramel kind of surrounding it all. Then it finishes just clean, dry, and herbal. And I take the, let me put that off the side. I don't want to cover the whole screen, man. You gotta appease my ego, man. And here we go. Let's have a drink. Six and a quarter, 7.6. And having said it, the bodies feel very similar. I don't feel like I'm getting more alcohol on this one than that one. Because they do hide it very well here, but that is something Show Me Brewing is known for. I'm not getting as much sweetness here as there. The bready malts are there, absolutely. But I feel like I'm getting more herbal notes from this, especially in the finish. Both finish like the style should, just very clean, very dry, a little herbal. I worked for a Saddlebock brewery for a couple years. They did something a little bit different. They added some woodruff to it, which may not be traditional, but I love the herbal quality that added to the style. I love working for a brewery, man. I really did. It was interesting though when I'd meet up with other brewery reps from other local breweries out there. You know, I'd be the only guy. I'd be the only guy, you know, my particular age. I didn't have any piercings or tattoos. Now, that didn't bother me from the other guys, but you could tell one of these things was not like the other. It's funny, in my teens and my early 20s, you know, I had longer hair, and I felt discrimination. Folks didn't want to hire someone with long hair, even though I had the skills to do the job. And then we talk about craft beer, it's almost the opposite, is that if you're clean cut, it seems to work against you. Anyway, that's just how I feel about that, but that's just for another day. The bottom line is both of these Maibocks do what they're supposed to. I think both are true to the style, even though they both may take some slight American craft liberties. I think both remain faithful to the style. So there you go. I'm taking a big drink here. Then I'm going to sit down. And I'm going to pick up this KC beer. Let me show you the bottle here. I don't remember if I showed you the bottle or not, by golly. Let me get that bottle up there for you. KC beer called Maibock. 6 1/4. Let you see that if you can. They got a description of the beer, which I read to you earlier. I'll read one more time just for fun. Silky smooth. They are not lying. Toasted bread. Caramel. Yeah, absolutely. Malt flavors. Moderate bitterness. Yeah. I don't even know if I'd go as far as moderate. It's very light. Anyway, cheers. And now that I've read that again and drank the last of that, I'm going to take a drink of this and tell you what I think. I feel more of that toasted bread. You know, those toasted notes, to be honest with you, from the KC Beer Co. than I do the Show Me. But I like the smoothness of the Show Me brewing Maibock. Do I like the Show Me better? Do you like that one better, Tom? No, I gotta tell you, I don't like one better than the other because both are very. Oh, so the biscuit. Just my hand twists, man. But both are fine for what they do, man. I love that there are slight differences, but both breweries remain faithful to the style. There you go. I am. Son of a bitch, can't believe I did it. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, Ray man. All right, good guy. Cheers, y'all.